European agriculture is facing a real issue with climate change, and we need to find solutions to adapt to this climate change and to mitigate the effect of agriculture on climate change. And ClimateFarmDemo Project is there to provide solutions. At the center of the project are the 1,500 demo farms, and they will put in practice measures to mitigate and to adapt climate change.
In ClimateFarmDemo, we have the challenge of relating the demonstration events to the climate-smart farming. We would like to make the demonstrations more tangible by using all that surrounds you on a farm. And we would also like to stimulate the facilitation and the reflection by the participants on what they have seen, so they can more easily take it home and translate it to their own farming context.
The design guide for on-farm demonstrations was the first outcome or the first challenge we were tasked with. Okay, so we created a blueprint for advisors in relation to making the best use of the host farmer, the demo setup itself, the promotion of the event, the learning and facilitation methods, and finally the monitoring, the evaluation and the follow-up.
A very important output of our project will be the toolbox that we will be building for the advisors and the farmers, of course.
We collected a list of more than 215 mitigation and adaptation practices that they can really implement on the farm. These are practices which are very small scales or also on the larger scale, like agroforestry or reducing your food waste on the farm. So the farmers have the possibility to really see what fits on their farm to reduce their greenhouse gas emission footprint.
In ClimateFarmDemo, we need tools to assess the farms on their greenhouse gas performance. We did a survey to select a range of tools that can be used in the project, like the French Cap de Serre tool, the Cool Farm tool, the AgriCalc tool and the Farm Carbon Calculator.
There is a lot of risk that relies on farmers to take up new measures, and so these farmers need support from different sources in order to have sustainable business models and be able to implement a transition. There are many different types of rewarding mechanisms that exist in Europe, and in ClimateFarmDemo we want to analyze this landscape of mechanisms and develop some tools to help farmers, farm advisors and other stakeholders understand them and navigate them.
So for each one of these pilot demo farms in the project, we will first start by measuring the carbon footprint. Then we will carry out an action plan together with the farmer so that he or she picks up which of the measures she or he wants to apply in the farm. So those measures will be, for instance, like improving soil fertility or reducing fertilizer use. By selecting those measurements, we will hope to get a reduction in the carbon footprint by the end of the project.
To increase the number of practices and measures, we also rely on thematic leaders.
So out of all of that knowledge and experience that's happening on the ground, we've identified 12 common themes which connect different issues around mitigation and adaptation. So for example, one of the themes is on soil health and soil biodiversity. Another is on energy production, biogas, grassland management, crops management, livestock management. These are the kinds of overarching themes that the thematic leaders are focusing on.
To be able to reduce our emissions and mitigate, we absolutely need to involve all kinds of stakeholders, and we thought that it would be a very good opportunity to have living labs to explore and experiment these situations.
We have 10 living labs in 10 different countries in all regions of Europe. The unique thing of those 10 living labs is that they all make use of all the energy and ideas and capabilities of all the stakeholders who are really dealing with this climate problem.
Lighthouse farms are considered as innovative farms, farms that try out things, that take part in research projects, that host students on their farms. And later on, the demonstration farms can benefit from the experience, from the pre-work of the Lighthouse farms.
Many Horizon Europe projects are working on climate-smart agriculture. And so bringing all this project in synergy allow us to learn from each other and be more efficient at the end.
So, for example, we will closely work with another European project called Climate Smart Advisors, and both projects will feed each other with knowledge, with capacity building, with training, and with practices.
So one of the great things about the ClimateFarmDemo project is it's bringing together experiences from right across Europe. You know, the challenges today in Southern Europe will be the challenges tomorrow in Northern Europe. So the ability to come together, to exchange these experiences and solutions on mitigation and adaptation is invaluable and essential for the future of agriculture throughout Europe.